Welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to talk about electrode potential and determination of electrode potential. Electrode potential, also called as single electrode potential, is denoted with the capital E. It is a measure of the tendency of the metallic electrode to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with a solution of its own salt. So, when we dip an electrode into its own salt solution, the electrode, metallic electrode, it may lose electrons or it may gain electrons. That tendency, the measure of that tendency is called electrode potential or single electrode potential. And now we will discuss how the electrode potential is originated. And now consider a metallic electrode which is dipped in its own salt solution. Take a metal electrode and dip it in its own salt solution. Then chemical reaction, after this one, a chemical reaction occurs. It may be either oxidation or reduction. Depending upon the reactivity of the electrode, oxidation reaction or reduction reaction occurs. Then after that one, a dynamic equilibrium will be established between the electrode and the electrolyte. Equilibrium will be established. Okay, because of the establishment of equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium, the electrode develops a negative charge or a positive charge. Depending upon the chemical reaction, that is either oxidation or reduction, the dynamic equilibrium will be established. Based on that one, negative charge or positive charge will be developed by the metal. Okay, so metal develops either positive or negative charge. After the development of the charge, the metal attracts oppositely charged ions from the solution. Oppositely charged solutions, charged ions. If the electrode is positive charge, it will attract negatively charged ions. If the electrode is positively charged, it will attract negatively charged ions from the solution. Okay, and vice versa. And after this attraction, a short layer will be formed around the metal, all around the metal. The layer may be of positive charges or it may be of negative charges, depending upon the charge developed by the electrode. That short layer is called as Helmholtz electrical double layer. Helmholtz electrical double layer is formed. Okay, now this leads to origin of electrode potential. Now see the picture here. This is zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and another example, copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. When we dip a zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution, oxidation reaction occurs. First step is reaction, oxidation reaction occurs, and the reaction is Zn gives rise to Zn plus 2 electrons. Electrons will remain with the electrode, so it will develop a negative charge. Here in the first case, zinc rod develops a negative charge, and so it will attract positively charged ions from the electrolyte. These are the positively charged ions. These are formed as a layer around the zinc rod. This layer is called Helmholtz double layer. Helmholtz double layer. Same is the case with the copper electrode also. Copper electrode, when dipped in copper sulfate solution, copper electrode undergoes reduction. It develops a positive charge and it will attract negatively charged ions from the electrolyte. Okay, so short layer of negative charges will be formed around the copper electrode. It is called as Helmholtz electrical double layer. So in the first case, the process is de-electronation. De-electronation is loss of electrons, that is oxidation. In the second case, electronation, okay, addition of electrons, consumption of electrons, that is reduction. Okay, and difference in potential is set up between the metal and the solution. After the formation of Helmholtz electrical double layer, potential of the electrode is different from the potential of the solution. Okay, potential difference is set up because of the formation of electrical layer. Okay, and at equilibrium the potential difference between the metal and the solution becomes constant value. So in normal conditions this will be changing, the potential difference will be changing, but at equilibrium it will be fixed to a constant value. Okay, the potential difference will be constant, and that constant value, that is called as electrode potential of the metal. So at equilibrium the potential difference will be constant, that is taken as the electrode potential. In this way, electrode potential is originated when an metallic electrode is dipped in a solution containing its own ions. Next concept is electrode potentials. Different types of electrode potentials. Two types are there, electrode potentials. First one is oxidation potential. Second one is reduction potential. First we will discuss about oxidation potential. The tendency of the metallic electrode to lose electrons when it is in contact with its own ions is called oxidation potential. So electrode, when an electrode is dipped in a solution containing its own ions, if it loses electrons, it is said to have oxidation potential, and oxidation reaction occurs at that electrode. Okay, so oxidation potential is denoted with OP, or it is denoted with EOX, or it is denoted with E m bar mn plus. M bar mn plus indicates oxidation, so E m bar mn plus indicates oxidation potential. And in this case, electrode is said to have oxidation potential. Electrode is negatively charged with respect to the solution, electrolytic solution, and electrode acts as the anode. Oxidation occurs at the electrode. Okay, the chemical reaction occurring is oxidation reaction, that is represented with M gives rise to Mn plus N electrons. Oxidation reaction occurs. Okay, this is oxidation potential. Next one is reduction potential. So reduction potential is defined as the tendency of the metal electrode to gain electrons when it is in contact with its own ions. Okay, so when a metal electrode is dipped in its own salt solution, if the metal electrode gains electrons, it is said to have reduction potential. Reduction potential is represented with RP or E reduction or E Mn plus bar m. Mn plus bar m indicates reduction, so E Mn plus bar m indicates reduction potential. In this case, the electrode is positively charged with respect to the solution. It acts as the cathode, and reduction occurs at the electrode. Okay, so the reaction occurring is reduction reaction. It is represented with Mn plus N electrons gives rise to M. Gain of electrons, consumption of N electrons occurs here. So this is a reduction. The electrode is said to have reduction potential. An important point here is that the value of reduction potential is negative of its oxidation potential, and vice versa. Oxidation potential value and reduction potential value both are same but opposite in sign. They are same in magnitude but opposite in sign. So we can have the formula EOX is equal to minus E reduction, or E reduction is equal to minus EOX. This is about different types of that is oxidation potential and reduction potential. Next one is standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential is denoted with E naught. The electrode potential measured at standard conditions is called standard electrode potential. The standard conditions are 25 degree centigrade temperature, 1 molar concentration of the electrolyte. These two are the standard conditions if the electrode is a solid electrode, and if it is a gaseous electrode, 1 atmospheric pressure is also considered as the standard condition. So at the standard conditions, the electrode potential is measured, that is called as standard electrode potential. These values are fixed. Standard oxidation potential is represented with SOP or E naught OX or E naught M bar Mn plus. Standard reduction potential is denoted with SRP or E naught reduction or E naught Mn plus bar M. So these are fixed values. Why? Because conditions are fixed. Conditions are standard. So for example, if we consider zinc electrode, its oxidation potential is, this is standard oxidation potential is plus 0.76 volts, and its reduction potential is standard reduction potential is minus 0.76 volts. Okay, and if you consider the copper electrode, SRP is E naught Cu plus 2 bar Cu is equal to plus 0.34 volts. Its SOP is minus 0.34 volts. Electrode potential or single electrode potential is denoted with capital E. It is the measure of tendency of the metallic electrode to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with its own salt solution. So when a metallic electrode is dipped in its own salt solution, it may lose electrons or it may gain electrons. The measure of that tendency, losing tendency or gaining tendency measure, is known as the electrode potential or single electrode potential E. And regarding the measurement of electrode potential, we cannot measure, or it is impossible for us to measure the, or to find out the absolute value of the electrode potential. We cannot measure, it is impossible. We can only measure the difference, I mean potential difference between two electrodes which are connected potentiometrically. So if you want to find out the electrode potential of an electrode, that sample electrode must be connected to another electrode, that is called as a reference electrode. That must be connected, sample electrode must be connected to a reference electrode, and by finding out the potential difference between the two connected electrodes, we can find out the electrode potential of the sample electrode. Or in other words, we can say we cannot find out the absolute value, we can only find out the relative value of electrode potential, electrode potential for a given electrode, and that too the other electrode, I mean reference electrode electrode potential must be known to us. It must be either fixed at 0 or its value must be known. So in this way we can find out the electrode potential of a given electrode. Commonly used reference electrodes are standard hydrogen electrode SHE or calomel electrode. Standard hydrogen electrode, that is a primary electrode, its electrode potential is fixed to 0, and then it is connected to the sample electrode potentiometrically. Then the sample electrode potential can be determined. Or we can also use calomel electrode also as the reference electrode. Its electrode potential must be known to us. Its electrode potential, calomel electrode potential depends on the concentration of potassium chloride used in that calomel electrode. Okay, so we can find out the electrode potential of the given electrode by connecting it to a reference electrode whose electrode potential is known to us. Now we will take an example, zinc electrode is taken, and let us discuss how the electrode potential of zinc electrode is determined. You can see in the picture now, this is the zinc plate or zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution. So now we are going to find out the electrode potential of this zinc electrode. This zinc electrode dipped in zinc sulfate solution, this is connected to the reference electrode, standard hydrogen electrode. This is standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, this is the reference electrode here, and standard hydrogen electrode electrode potential is 0. That is fixed to 0. Uh, it is fixed to 0 when the conditions are standard conditions. When we maintain standard conditions, the standard conditions are hydrogen must be passed into the dilute HCl solution that must be of pressure 1 atmosphere, and the dilute acid solution concentration must be 1 molar concentration. So this is standard hydrogen electrode. Now its electrode potential is 0. Now the zinc electrode is connected to the standard hydrogen electrode, and we have a voltmeter also here, voltmeter. This voltmeter shows us the, or gives us the potential difference between these two electrodes. Potential difference between these two electrodes. And when we connect the zinc electrode with the standard hydrogen electrode, zinc electrode acts as the anode, and this standard hydrogen electrode acts as the cathode. Okay, so we have to remember one point here. The point is at the sample electrode, I mean the electrode for which we are going to find out the electrode potential, at the sample electrode oxidation is occurring now. So the potential difference shown by the, given by the voltmeter, that is oxidation potential. At the sample electrode oxidation is occurring, so the potential difference given by the voltmeter, that is oxidation potential. So when the conditions are standard conditions, so if we maintain here standard conditions, this is standard oxidation potential. Okay, standard oxidation potential of sample electrode. The sample electrode taken here is zinc electrode. So now it will show 0.76 volts. 0.76 volts, voltmeter will give 0.76 volts. So it is the potential difference. As the potential of a standard hydrogen electrode is 0, it is the oxidation potential of the sample electrode. As the sample as at the sample electrode oxidation is occurring, so the given value 0.76 volts, that is the oxidation potential of zinc electrode. And by changing the sign we can find out the reduction potential of zinc electrode. So 0.76 volts is the oxidation potential of zinc electrode, and its reduction potential must be minus 0.76 volts. So in this way we can find out the electrode potential of a given electrode. Now we will take another example. In this example we have taken zinc electrode. Now we will take another example, that is copper electrode. This is a copper plate dipped in copper sulfate solution, and this is connected to the reference electrode, that is standard hydrogen electrode, and we have a voltmeter also here connected. Okay, now if we compare the standard hydrogen electrode and copper electrode, standard hydrogen electrode has the high reactivity compared to a copper electrode. So oxidation occurs at the standard hydrogen electrode. At the copper electrode reduction occurs. Now the voltmeter gives the value 0.34. As we are maintaining standard conditions, it gives value 0.34, that is the reduction potential. That is the reduction potential. Why? Because the at the sample electrode reduction is occurring, so the value potential difference given by the voltmeter, that is the reduction potential of the sample electrode. So 0.34 volts, which is given by the voltmeter, that is the reduction potential of copper electrode. And if you want to find out the oxidation potential, we have to change the sign. So the oxidation potential of a copper electrode is minus 0.34 volts. Okay, so this is in this way we can find out the electrode potential of sample electrodes. As we are maintaining here standard conditions, we are getting these values 0.34, and if the conditions are changed, we will get a relative value. Okay, that value can be taken as the electrode potential of the sample electrode. It may be zinc, copper, or any other electrode. Okay, so this is how we measure the electrode potential of given electrodes. Thank you.